there's one more thing that I forgot about, and I am going to actually switch my spreadsheet to my thingamabob over here. I recently learned that when it comes to using bond fragments to level up an emblem's bond, it's really cheap at the lower levels and really expensive at the higher levels. So if I go to the arena for a hot second here, for example, levels 1 to 5 are 100 bond fragments each. Then from there, it's 300 up until level 10, I believe. And then it's 500 per level for, like, 10 to 20. Something like that. I can check here just to, find out for sure. Like, yeah, if I go to Sigurd here, this is 100 per level. But if I go to, say, Lucina, yeah, I have a little bit of progress on this here. It's 500 each, you know. So it gets a bit more expensive. But from what I can tell playing so far, it doesn't actually seem like it's harder to level up that bond at the higher levels. It just, like, it takes about the same amount of time in-game, from what I can tell. Maybe there's a little bit of difference. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I haven't, you know, found this information online. But from what I can feel playing the game, it feels like it takes about the same amount of effort going from bond level, say, 3 to 4 as it does from 18 to 19. So I assume that that price increase isn't because it takes longer to get in game. It's just because it's the higher levels with spicier skills and stuff. Which has led me to the conclusion that I should probably use bond fragments for to at least get to level 5 with each of the characters that have skills that I eventually want to put onto that character, even if I'm just contemplating it, because it'd be a lot cheaper like that. And I was thinking about doing that off camera, but it just immediately goes into the bond conversation if you do that. So I don't want that to happen there. So I think I'm actually gonna spend a whole bunch of my bond fragments in that case. So on my character, skills I'd want are dual support from Lucina, so, you know, that's fine, don't need anything there. Weapon sync plus from rivals would be cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to level 5 with Edelgard here. Just because, you know, I equip an emblem that uses a sword, and that would be great. Plus 7 damage. Even if we don't get it during the main game at all. Ow. It'd still be a very nice skill to have. So yeah, let's just get those initial levels done, and then they're out of the way.
Hey, Claude. I've heard you're called the Master Tactician. I'd love to get some pointers.
Wow, so serious right off the bat. Okay, set your sword aside for a bit. We'll walk and talk.
Let's have a little bit of a chat with that Master Tactician. I don't know, you might have to move over, Claude, after the spreadsheets that are going together out here. Oh yeah, and maybe I should I level up a whole bunch of people with Byleth and get that one thingamabob there. So another potentially spicy one on my unit might be Tiki's Geosphere, just because I'd be spending a lot of time near other units. But I'm already at rank 10, so it's fine there. Yeah, Master Tactician Claude gonna have a competition with Robin or Eyes, yeah. Emblem that might have to have a move over. Wait, isn't Soren? Oh yeah, I don't have Soren yet. Isn't Soren also called the Radiant Tactician? Yeah, so we good here. But now if I select the rivals, now it's 300 a level. So it's like, yeah, that's a little bit more expensive there. Yeah, so we're just gonna get a bunch of tacticians around here. So dual support, weapon sync plus, and Geosphere plus are like my potential go-to skills there. All right, next up, Alfred. Alfred, because of his personal skill, I want to design him to be an enemy phase monster. So I would like him to have Life Sphere ++ from Tiki, because his personal skill is when he waits, he gets Strength +2, and Life Sphere ++ means that when he waits, he's also gonna get +40 HP and heal status effects. So that just gives him even more incentive to wait. Like it'll stack onto like his already existing incentive to wait. Also, I think I adjusted the volume levels recently for a different game. I'm going to adjust it to here, change it by the tiniest little smidge. Maybe adjust it back to here. Okay, yeah, just a tiny little difference. No, I changed my mind. Back to here.
Thanks for showing me what I still need to work on.
Yeah. Like, that'd be a cool one for you, I think. Would be nice.
My people are devoted to the Divine Dragon. It's an honor to meet one from another world.
I'm happy to meet you too. I hope we get to become good friends.
I'm sure we will. Alright, yeah, that brings us closer to the Life Sphere and stuff. There's Geosphere. all those things. Cool. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna use a bunch of bond fragments. May as well use these ones while they're cheap. It'll help me out. Alright, so he also wouldn't mind holdout from Roy, but I don't have Roy here currently. Maybe Lance Power from Sigurd. I mean, yeah, that's fine there. Maybe quick riposte from Hector. He already has some stuff with Hector. So that's a-okay there. Alright, so I've done what I can there for now. Next up is Saline. And Saline wouldn't mind magic res from Soren, but I don't have Soren right now. Gotta clear that map at some point. Let's see here. Draconic Hex from Korn could be pretty cool, especially if you ever have Celica equipped down the line, and then you can use Echo to essentially mark 2 units for death. But, you know, if you do end up running Byleth, or even just Byleth's Divine Pulse, and then have that basically 100% hit rate, it'd be really cool to be able to inflict Draconic Hex, with, you know, thunder from afar, and then there goes all of that enemy's stats. They're all decreased by 4. That was pretty spicy, you know, is the case. So, that'd be pretty neat. What other thingamabobs here? Divine Pulse plus Byleth sync skill, yeah. But if you have Byleth equipped, which you might for a little while before I get Veil and stuff. Yeah, so maybe I'll start leveling you up with Byleth as well. Is what I can do.
I've heard you like tea, Saline. That's one thing we definitely have in common.
Indeed? How splendid that we share an interest. Do tell me all about your favorite blends.
Was there a tea present in Fire Emblem Fates? Alright. There we go. Probably never gonna use any one of those. But yeah. Oh yeah, there was there was Jacob there that, you know, would serve some quite fine tea, and Felicia who would attempt to. That is a good point. I can't forget about that. Alright, let's see here. And then whoops. Oh, I've been putting in my hotkeys on the spreadsheet. Let's click onto another tab there. And then let's see here. I gotta scroll back up to Saline again. But I'm fairly certain, you know, Byleth would be a good one there for 100% hit rate and stuff with that Divine Pulse. Plus, I might do this with a bunch of units anyway, just to... Okay, I don't need to do this yet.
Let the lesson begin.
Just to speed up our growth, you know? Might not be a bad idea. Because it doesn't cost a massive ton. So, maybe I should go for it. If I'm not really gonna get the chance to screw around with skills all that much during the main game because of how expensive stuff is.
I have heard that you were once a great lover of tea. What would you discuss at tea time?
Oh, everything.
Let's see. Things we were thankful for. Our crushes, gripes about everything. The usual.
Yeah. We talked about a whole lot of things during Three Houses tea time, didn't we? Oh, man. Because, yeah, mentorship there might be pretty neat. Because it is this unit and others, right? Let me double check this here on my sheet. Let's see here. Mentorship to unit and adjacent allies. Okay, cool. So it is literally just the rivals EXP boost, but better. Alright, anything else that I really want on Saline? I have Cantor on there as like a potential option. But there are potential better options here with some spicier things here. So I'm just gonna keep on scrolling for now. Next up on the sheet is Diamant. These are mostly in the order that you obtain them. It gets a little bit wonky towards the bottom, but let's see here. And wait, did that mean that yeah, I did scroll past Alchrist. So Alchrist, I think he's already leveled up a decent bit with the rivals because of that strength dex +5 that he wouldn't mind. Would be the case. Yeah, so he's already, you know, making some good progress there. And then I have some other things on there that could be nice, but I honestly think Strength Dex +5 and Weapon Sync Plus is probably pretty good. So I feel like as long as I have the first 2 skills on my list of what's good, I typically have them from like top to bottom in terms of the rough order that I want them. You know, so as long as I have the top 2, I'm probably fine, I think here. So Diamant next then. Let's see here. Oh, I was like, why are they grayed out? For Diamant here, he also wouldn't mind the Strength Dex +5. Okay, they're already at that, just because, like, more Activating Soul, more janking out stuff there. Hold out from Roy, yeah, and then here's, like, a bunch of defensive thingamabobs that maybe he might like. potentially. He's already leveled up with Ike a decent bit there. I'll do this in case I ever want the Vantage. So there, I'll level up a bit, and then next up is going to be Ivy.
I intend to win this contest.
That's a very big axe, Leaf.
This is bad.
Nice miss.
Thank you for sparring with me.
And these weapons that I've been looking into the weapons are actually pretty spicy
Such an honor to be
because they're such
speaking
low
with you,
weight.
Leaf. I have much to discuss regarding my kingdom.
I look forward to working with you as well, Diamant. I am happy to help however I can.
Thanks, Leaf. Alright, yeah. Level that up. Get you started in case I ever want to level you up further. Do this while it's cheap here. And let's see. So then, with... Oh gosh dang it, I started putting in my hotkeys on the spreadsheet again. Now I gotta scroll back up to Ivy. And Ivy, I thought might be cool to have. I thought that a cool build on her would be giving her Celica. Because Celica has the, what was it, like +5 warp range for one thing we're for flyers? Or was it here? Yeah, flying. Warp distance +5, so there's a bonus for being a flyer. Celica gets access to Echo, which lets you target 2 enemies in the same turn at 50% strength. And if you use Corrin's Draconic Hex, that means that you can Draconic Hex 2 enemies in the same turn. Draconic Hex is really, really strong in Fire Emblem Fates, especially considering, you know, Corrin and her kid were the only ones that could use it. Where it would always, anyone that did combat with her would just get all their stats -4, and they would, you know, come back 1 a turn. Well, the basic stats at least, it wouldn't be HP. Everything else, essentially. Well, not HP, not movement, you know what I mean, the basic stats there. So you could just, you know, if your Corrin was enough of a wall, you could just put them in the fray, have a bunch of enemies attack them, and then, hey, presto, they now have -4 to all their stats, and it was, you know, super duper busted. So because anyone can get it in this game, they did nerf it a little bit by making it only affect enemies if you initiate combat, so only on player phase. So under normal circumstances, you can only, you know, mark 1 enemy for death with Draconic Hex a turn. Echo with Celica allows you to do 2, and that can be very useful on, you know, a mage that's already doing some decent damage, and 2, a flyer that can position basically wherever. This high movement without any negative terrain bonuses, position wherever she needs to go and mark 2 enemies for death, you know. So, but yeah, you already have that. You're already at rank 10 there, but yeah, so that's pretty cool there. And I was thinking that Canter might be a cool thing from there, because then we can fly over, mark 2 enemies for death, and then canter a few spaces out of there, ideally to a space that the units you just attacked wouldn't even be able to reach, if it's, like, depending on the type of map, you know. But ideally. So, that's a spicy thing that I have in my head for Ivy. So yeah, let's start working towards that. Because that sounds cool.
I regret that we could not save your father. The pain of a grieving child is... I know it well.
You need not concern yourself. I am the Crown Princess of Elusia. I know my duty.
So, yeah, after the difficulty of this game has recently been ramping up, I've evidently been ramping up, like, my spreadsheet efforts to plan even more things out and, you know, get even stronger here. Weapon Sync Plus, maybe, I have on there. I mean, I may as well while it's cheap here and stuff. Yeah, sure. Do it. Do it just in case I ever want to use it. And it's weird. I have so many images on my spreadsheet now that sometimes they don't all show up, and then you click to another sheet and then you click back and then they show up and then other ones vanish. It's weird. I might have put a little bit much in the way of images on here. Might well be the case. It's overloading the sheets. It can't handle it.
As the Crown Princess of Elusia, I must thank you formally for your aid in this war.
No need to stand on ceremony. Although I know how you feel, I struggle to relax as well.
Yeah, I know you're a real Angie boy, Dimitri. Next up is Fogado, and Fogado, his personal skills really aren't that great, both like his actual personal and his unique class 1. But so he basically just acts like a bow knight without much in the way of anything special. except the maximum speed stat of his class is one of the highest in the game. So let's play into that. Okay, you already are at like rank 5 there, but yeah, to eventually get Alacrity there. Canter could be handy as well. The other things I have here is potential Thingamabobs or Draconic Hex and Lunar Brace, just for marking enemies for death and doing more damage respectively.
Prepare yourself.
Potentially. So, but yeah. Wait, Lavos, the Sigurd is aware of him being barbecued? Wait, what? Oh, I missed that by a couple minutes. I'm sorry. Now I missed the context. I noticed it late. Oops. Well, neat.
That was fun. Thanks.
It was really fun. We're leveling up with the rivals.
I'm about to throw an epic feast. Nothing stuffy, just good times and good friends. You in, Sigurd?
Thank you, Fragado. I would be happy to attend. I am eager to socialize with my compatriots.
And oh, that is something I did not know about FE4. Well, the more you know, I guess. Let's see here. I might actually, from here on, I might actually not level anybody up with Corn with Bond Fragments, just because Corn and Camilla, you can basically level up for free by spamming Dragon Vein in the in battle. So even though I have Draconic Hex there, I might not do that leveling up. Maybe not. All right, sure, let's do this. But yeah, that's fair enough there. I'm sure we'll get to it eventually around here, but you know, after a lot of other things. After we finish off Fates, 3 Hopes, the Game Boy Advance titles, I guess Echoes as well. Maybe we do Gaiden. The Radiant titles. Did I already list those ones? I don't know. Probably Mars titles before that point. You know, it'd be one of the last ones.
I had no idea you were so strong. I guess looks can be deceiving, huh?
My brother has trained me well. As for you, it seems you are just as friendly as you appear.
Neat. Well, yeah, the more you know. I had no idea there. All right. Then, yeah, so there's that. Now, let's scroll through my sheet here. Next up, Tamara. Let's see here. Because she only uses lances, she could benefit from lance power. Is the thing. Could well be nice. She wouldn't mind that.
I am Sigurd.
And rather than using Resolve Plus from Ike, which gives like defense and res +7 when your HP is below 75%, I figure we can instead just go for strength defense +5 from Hector. So it's like a +5 always, rather than a +7 sometimes that boosts Sandstorm. Plus the strength +5 is also more free damage when we're not activating Sandstorm.
Signature songs.
That is a most, how to put this, unique way of welcoming me. Truly one of a kind.
So yeah, since you only use lances, lance power could be really dang cool, you know? But yeah, probably never gonna get it during the main game, how expensive they are. Alright, so then Hector, let's see here. Yeah, we go ahead and do that. Other potential good things might be Dual Assist Plus from Lucina, just for like more free damage out there. And then I also have Resolve Plus listed, but yeah, I think Hector's Thingamabob is gonna be better than Resolve Plus. Wow!
This calls for a victory song.
Wow! Okay, cool, yeah. Because she's already pretty spicy, let's make her even stronger.
I see you're used to sleeping outdoors. I did that a lot while traveling. You don't find it rough?
Not at all. You get to go different places, bask in the great outdoors, sing. I love it.
Yeah, Hector, we'll be doing some traveling in your story sometime in the future here. Yeah, I think the new Fire Emblem plan is honestly engage, Blazing Blade, Blazing Sword, same thing there. Fate's Conquest, then probably Binding Blade, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Something else, like, as I've been continuing to look into Blazing Blade, something else that I have, you know, that I knew before, but, you know, have recalled here, is there's the multiple different storylines anyway. There's Lynn's story, which is just like a 10-chapter thingamabob. And then there's Elowood and Hector's story, which is just different ways of telling like the same story, and we end up doing Hector's story when we get to that point. But between those two main tales, like Lynn's story is kind of the prologue, and it's not super long. It's just 10 chapters and like the very first prologue level, so I guess you could say 11. So pretty short, just one chapter to another. I guess there's also one paralogue, but you know, pretty short there. And then between that story and the other ones, it's like a 1 or 2 year time skip, or maybe it's 1.5 years. I don't quite recall. But there's a decent bit of like a smidge of a time skip. So if we did actually do Blazing Blade in the near future, like while Engage is still going on rather than way after it's done, we could, in theory, just do Lynn's story and not all that much time, and then put it down, do everything else in Engage, and then we come back, and then it'll be more fitting for like the time skip, because it's like time has passed, you know, here's a new story that's starting, and it would actually be like super fitting, you know. It's something that I've come to realize recently here. Anything else that I want here? I guess just in case we ever want it, I can do this. Dual Assist Plus is pretty spicy. I have been looking up some of the chapters that I've been struggling with, how people like do it, you know, under normal circumstances. And what I'm seeing a lot of as I check out different videos is people basically putting Dual Assist Plus on as many backup units as they can, and just banking on all the damage they get from that. It seems to be the strat, especially if they're not using DLC. So, you know.
I couldn't help but notice your left eye, Lucina. That design is so mysterious and super pretty.
And your eyes have such a majestic shimmer. Is that a trait that runs in the royal family?
Yeah, it's an interesting look there. It's the same look as Azama and Mitama from Fates. Alright, there's those things. And then, yeah, it's pretty neato. Let's see here. Next up was Marin. And I think Marin, because she's dodging a decent bit of the time, it'd be cool to give her a Void plus 30 from Marth, but we don't have Marth right now. So some other things that could be cool are Canter, so that you can get in there, knife some dude, and then get out.
I seek a worthy opponent.
Is the case.
I am Sigurd of House
Weapon Sync plus maybe for when you're using sword, but you know, it's probably not that big a deal. Draconic Hex could be pretty spicy. That would actually be really good there, because if I'm using Marin's knife to you know, whittle down some foe, like, and poison them to make it easier to finish them off, Draconic Hex would only add to that.
If there is something to say, be out with it.
I'm sorry. I was just observing how you move. Sir Sigurd, you are the epitome of cool.
But I don't think I'm going to use any Bond Fragments leveling up anyone with Corrin, because, again, anytime we bring Corrin into a battle, we can just level up for free by spamming Dragon Vein. So, let's not waste my Bond Fragments on that. Though I will try to keep in mind that leveling up you with Corrin would be pretty good. Hortensia here will be good to get Staff Mastery from Micaiah, but we don't have Micaiah right now. Let's see here. With Tiki could be cool for Geosphere, just because Hortensia is mostly on support, and Geosphere would just give her additional support of, you know, boosting allies' defense and res by being close to them. You know?
Come play with me?
So, why not? That'd be pretty good there. Other options I have here are things like Quality Time from Corrin to, you know, also be, you know, more healing and stuff by ending turns near them. And Reposition from Ike potentially, just because it can actually bail you out of a lot of situations.
Sweet and strong. This shouldn't be allowed. You're too charming.
That's so nice of you to say. I know we'll be great friends, Hortensia.
Because I'm sure that Reposition, since it's a skill from Ike, I'm sure that it's meant to be used in a way where it's like the person that's using Ike pulls somebody that's in a danger zone behind the person using Ike, and therefore to safety, and the person using Ike is now gonna wall. I'm sure that that's the intended use of Reposition, but you could just use it for like 2 tiles of extra movement. And on a flyer who's supposed to be a support unit, if there's someone else that's just, you know, a little bit short of being able to make it to a particular tough foe, just reposition with Hortensia and give them 2 tiles of movement in the direction that they need to go. So I am actually going to level you up with Ike a little bit, and that's, you know, that's a level 3 thing there. And Reposition should be a cheap thing that I should be able to assign anyway. So that might actually help me a lot during the
Grail mercenaries.
the main game. So I turned on my camera a little bit early. Whatever. So I might actually use her SP to give her reposition. Just because a flyer that can go around and reposition that isn't going to be doing much attacking herself and can just be used on support stuff like that. Whether it be healing or repositioning.
Thanks.
Then that would be great there. So I think I'm actually going to give that to her. Because yeah, that can help. Just 2 free movement in one direction that she can assign units in an emergency situation. Because there have been times that reposition has helped me get to places that I need. As for Sea Doll, the thingamabobs that I think, where the heck is Sea Doll? Where's Sea Doll? He's right here. I'm blind. Quality time with Corrin, just because, you know, if he's dancing for them anyway, then he can also give them HP. And Geosphere. Just as, like, good supporting things that help. That's Hector. Just to be, like, good supporting things that help him be even better at the stuff he's already doing. I don't really want to build him to do stuff that he's not doing already, like punching foes. Like, why would he punch foes when he can just dance for someone that can do it better? You know, I figure there. Oh, wow. Well, dang. So let's not get too crazy giving him like other spicy things that are just going to take him away from his thing that he should be doing of dancing. Let's just give him things that make him even better at doing what he already does.
Dragon of another world can dance. I must thank the stars for this fortune.
Thank the stars? Oh, I love stars. The way they sparkle looks so happy. Don't you agree?
Alright, so yeah, that'll help you work towards Geosphere plus. Alright, who's next? Yeah, those are the only potential thingamabobs that I had in mind on Cedel for just like some good supportive thingamabobs. Meanwhile, for Anna, she was already leveling herself up with Tiki. I thought that staff mastery might be cool on her because I thought that maybe rather than putting her in a magic unit or a mixed class, because those usually need innate to be even better, that I could always just keep her in a physical class that makes her good at killing enemies and give her Micaiah, and then she can use staves and then, you know, make use of her insane magic stats and stuff. Could always give her luck plus 12 for Byleth's inheritance skill to, you know, make it even more likely that we get gold and stuff. I mean, dual assist plus and stuff. I'm probably not gonna bother too much for now. Yeah, I think that's all the main stuff I wanted to assign out. So I went from like 18-something K bond fragments to 15K. So that's not too bad. You know, we're doing it while it's cheap. And I might actually just level everybody up with Byleth. Is what I might just do. While it's cheap, get that mentorship and stuff. Because if it's only 250 SP, and it's, you know, 20% extra experience to this unit, and adjacent units, probably until the end of the main part of this playthrough, because the other skills I want to assign are so dang expensive, that could help me a lot.
Fighting won't let up anytime soon. If it gets too much for you, you can lean on me.
Thank you. I should count myself lucky to have so many friends looking out for me.
So it could well be handy, you know? So I might just do it. I could just go up to the level for mentorship, but then I'd only have like a couple levels of progress that I do in battle, and it's still while things are cheap, so screw it. Screw it. Byleth, you're gonna be people's friend. We have the bond fragments.
I am Diamant,
and this is something that could actually help a lot.
Let the lesson begin.
There's not a lot of things that I can do in terms of, you know, bond fragments and SP that can help me a lot at this point.
Thank you for sparring with me.
You know, I assume a lot of that stuff is meant for more like, you know, end game / post game kind of builds, but this is something that I can do that can help me from here going forward.
Accustomed to battle. Do I? I guess I'm not very aware of how I come across on the battlefield.
Yeah, you're pretty strong, Byleth, I must say. Yeah, let's just have a Byleth become friends with people. That's what we can do. We have the bond fragments. We have the technology. So let's do it. Bam. It's only 400 bond fragments a pop, so why not?
Crown Prince of Firene.
Why not do it?
No need to be shy.
It's interesting that he's using that there and not I guess maybe he'll use the Sword of the Creator when we do his paralog. Maybe they just use whatever their highest current weapon is, which for him would be the Vajra Mushti, and it'll become the Sword of the Creator after we complete his paralog.
I did all
Maybe.
that training so I could fight for my country, but it doesn't feel great that I have to.
Then let's move swiftly and end the war, so that we can all put our blades down for good.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did in Three Houses. Oh, speaking of Three Houses, do you know what I found out yesterday? So, you know how I spent over 300 hours and over 300 parts on that Fire Emblem Three Houses series to do an entire playthrough of Three Houses? Turns out it's not an entire playthrough of Three Houses, because on my very first playthrough, my one of, you know, Black Eagles, and we ended up going against Edelgard, I guess I was streaming the game a whole lot because it was a new release, and, you know, I was excited to play the new Fire Emblem game, so I was kind of going ham on it and stuff. And sometimes when I have a lot of streams that are ready to cut into parts, you know, sometimes I have to scroll and make sure that I don't miss any, that I'm cutting up the right one. I guess at some point I must have cut up whatever the most recent one of the time was and thought that, you know, that was the only one I needed to cut up there. And missed one before that point. Yeah, there's an entire stream missing of my first playthrough of Three Houses, like between part 49 and 50, I think. Because I got a comment of somebody asking me, like, where that one chapter went. And I looked into it and I was like, oh, okay. So, also, people were a little bit upset with me at the end of the Three Houses playthrough that we ended on stream 68 and not stream 69. Turns out it actually was stream 69, but one got lost. As it turns out.
That's all.
So it technically was. We technically did end on stream 69, but I just forgot that one of the streams existed and didn't cut it up into parts, and it never got highlighted, so it's just gone to the void now. So there's a specific chapter of that one route in Three Houses that is just not covered in my playthrough anywhere, because it was post time skip. So this is Three Houses' fault. I blame that game for ruining my life, Noah. So, oh, you're already at 5. Is the case there. So, you know, I'm a little bit upsetty spaghetti about that, but I'm not going back to fix it at this point. So, yeah. So the series length is 305 parts. So if that stream was in there, it probably would have been like 310 plus. But yeah, there's just like an entire stream worth of content there that's just gone to the void. Never to be seen again. That's been missing for the past 3 years, and I had no idea until I got a comment like yesterday asking where it was.
Of course, my moves are nothing to scoff at either.
Huh, is that so? I'll be sure to take a closer look next time I have a chance.
Yeah, Byleth loves taking close looks at people, especially over tea. You know, so, you know, that's not cool. Makes me wonder if something like that has happened for, you know, any of my other playthroughs. But, you know, I'm just a small enough content creator that, you know, I'm not exactly going to be having people going through, like, my entire series is scouring, being like, do things match up here? You know, like, telling me that. If at the time, you know, if it was within 2 months at the time, and somebody told me that, then, you know, the VOD would still exist, and it would be like, I can highlight this and I can fix it. But now, 3 years later, it's gone to the void, and it's like, oh, well, you know. And if I was an even smaller creator, I never would have found out about it at all. You know, it would have been the case. So yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Are you hurt?
I'm not saying a very good example myself by just having an entire stream missing from my Three Houses series.
You handled that last battle well, Alchrist.
Are you saying that I'm not challenging myself enough? I'll work much harder next time.
Oh, Alchrist, you goober. So, yeah, that's update on the Three Houses situation. I have not done a full playthrough from that perspective. I'm not going back to it ever again. Besides, we still have like 3 Hopes stuff. I don't know when I'm getting back to that game. Part of me, like, with the crazy situation with Fire Emblem around here, with, you know, Conquest and the Blazing Sword situation, makes me wonder if I should even come back to a 3 Hopes, or just be like, hey, we did one really decked out playthrough. Are we good?
That was fun.
We good here? I don't know. We'll see. But this might just end up being the year of Fire Emblem on this channel.
Pinned down, aren't you, Byleth? A bit of a mystery, you might say.
So I've been told. Though I can't say that I find myself to be anything but quite normal.
Like, we wrapped up little smidges of Three Hopes at the beginning of this year / late last year. Full playthrough of Engage. Probably do a full playthrough of Blazing Blade if things go according to plan. Then Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. Then maybe Binding Blade. I probably wouldn't get to that within the same year, but you know, maybe these 3 main ones at least of Engage, Blazing Blade, and Fates Conquest. So I think this might honestly just be the year of Fire Emblem on this channel, is the case. So yeah, that might be what's going on here, you know?
No need to be shy.
So yeah, I was hoping to start a whole bunch of other playthroughs around here. I mean, I did want to get through all this Fire Emblem stuff eventually anyway. It might just mean that this is the year that it happens.
Have I got just the thing for you?
But yeah, it really goes to show that you never know where things are gonna take you.
Professor, anything I can do for you?
Oh, no. I just came to see if you were someone I knew once.
Well, I prefer this Anna anyway. Three Houses Anna was not all that great. I'm kind of glad that the Three Houses Anna did not make a return as a playable character in Three Hopes. All right, and then yeah, just Hortensia now. Yeah, let's see here. All right, so we're at just short of 12k bond fragments. This is my bond fragments well spent, right? You know, because I was amassing them, awaiting the day that, you know, this playthrough would get hard enough that I felt that I needed to spend them somewhere. And I felt like I needed to spend them here, because the chapters are getting harder and harder, so, this is bond fragments well used, right?
I don't get it, Professor. I abused your power. How can you pretend like that never happened?
I'm not pretending. I just don't see any reason to chastise someone who already feels remorse.
That's a good way of looking at Byleth. But yeah, that is probably your favorite one. She's basically a loot goblin. I think my personal favorite one is the Fates one. Then maybe this one second. Then Awakening, then Three Houses. To be fair, I haven't played any of the other ones with Anna in it, so I wouldn't know for the other ones there. And then we'll go to the Ring Chamber. Is the case there. The design of Anna in Fates is just so cool, you know? The what was the name of the class? Adventure, the archer staff thingamabob. That was a cool class. All right, we actually gonna use this now. All right, so it's just 200 SP, right? 150 there. So if we look over at Byleth, yeah, I think this is probably gonna be worth it here. You know, it won't be a skill that we'll have on at the end of the day like ultimate build, but 250 SP to you know, get this permanent EXP modifier. I say permanent in the sense of like I'd probably be running it until I put on final build kind of skills anyway, which won't be for a long time. So basically permanent as long as it's important to level up, most likely. I think it's I think that would be a pretty good thing to do here. Face just has the best art direction in the franchise. Yeah, that I can agree there. It's just it feels like a much more mature kind of thing, Bob. I do kind of like the bright colors and stuff that they did with this, making every character bright and colorful and distinct and stuff. But, you know, the kind of darker color tones that they did for Fire Emblem Fates and just like the sleek designs, it just feels like a lot more mature. I look at something like this and it feels, as I've said before, kind of Genshin-y, kind of, you know, freemium appy almost, where like it's a little bit silly. Whereas you look at Fates and it's like, woo, that's clean, you know? It's I quite like it. I do quite like the art of this game as well. It has grown on me quite a decent bit since getting into this playthrough, but you know, I still prefer something like Fates. Also, I prefer like costumes a lot more and something like that. Like I look at something like Saline's costume, for example, and it's just like, this is like the worst possible battle attire you could wear. It makes me kind of wish that the outfit customization could extend into battle and not just the Somniel. Put her into something that looks more fitting for battle gear, as opposed to something that looks like you need to walk like, you know, at such a slow pace to even be able to move around in. You know, especially considering she's like the new Robin equivalent, being able to wield both swords and tomes and getting access to Ignis. I would think like, oh, a Fire Emblem game with a new Robin equivalent? They've got to have like a really cool outfit, right? Nope, that ugly thing. Pain. You know. Of course, some of the flamboyant outfits are pretty cool, you know. Like some of them are pretty neat there, but some of them I just don't like. Yeah, that's basically what her outfit is there. Pretty much. All right, there we go. So do I actually have to equip the... Oh, I can get free bond like this. I haven't done this in a while. So who wants stuff with Sigurd? Is the question here. Yeah, let's do this. Is what we can do.
Gently.
Oh, but you're already basically maxed? Oh.
Upkeep of the ring.
Okay. Here, I can do this layout here. That's what I can do.
Are you a professional?
It's so weird.
Is that not a waste of time?
I recently found out that the emblems will keep on speaking if you keep on polishing.
Strange one.
Be like, what the heck? Why are you continuing to polish? Why are you such a weirdo? All right. As for Leaf here, how about we have where the heck? Well, we have Diamant, sure. Because yeah, I can get some free bond from this.
Good cleaning. It could still be cleaner.
Yeah.
Well done. Good as new.
Let's keep on polishing it. Come on, let me.
It is already clean, is it not? What are you doing? It is already clean, is it not?
Okay, so they just have a couple lines. Diamant just keeps looking kind of affectionately there. Aw, Lynn's sad. Lynn's sad because we haven't started Blazing Blade yet, which, again, we can do just, you know, her story and it'd be short and we'd be a-okay. So here we definitely want Alchrist. As a case, I'm kind of looking over my sheet there. Oh! And because I was looking over at skills is why. I wasn't looking at, like, emblems that they'd want to have equipped at the end of the day. Oops. We're going back to the arena. There's some things that I missed here. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. I was just looking at skills that'd be cool on them. I'm assuming they'd be kind of one and the same. Hold on. Let's do this first. Is what we can do. Like that. Okay, what else might I have missed?
It's me, the Brodian prince who isn't
Let's see here.
Diamant.
Yeah, I'll go through them and you know, get any of these last ones I missed here. In terms of ones I might actually want as equipped emblems. You know, is what I'll do. Sounds like a good plan there.
You're the emblem King Hyacinth once used, but now you're an ally? This is hard to accept.
Until you can forgive me, Alchrist. Think of me only as an emblem, not as Lynn.
But it's the emblem that the king used. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those things. Alright, so the one that I'm gonna want to give to Alfred, I'm thinking is Hector. Just because, you know, okay, you're already at rank 5. Just because his personal skill of strength +2 when he waits means that he naturally leans a bit more towards enemy phase, and Hector loves kicking ass on enemy phase. So, you know, there's that there. And yeah, that is fair enough there, where it's like, she couldn't decide her own actions there. Alright, Saline, if with Byleth, potentially. Secondary ones are just like the magic ones. Slash Sigurd, because I'm fairly certain his ultimate thingamabob changes to a magic attack if you, no, wait. It's like partially magic. No, I'm still on Alfred's screen there. Yeah, Sigurd is a secondary for Celica for me. For Saline for me. Because his thingamabob, if I scroll here, yeah, if you're a mystical and you use Override, then you'll deal extra damage equal to 25% of your magic. So it is still mostly physical, it just gets a little bit of a bonus for being magic. But that means that it's extra fitting for Saline, because Saline is, you know, the Robin equivalent. She wields swords and tomes. She has good strength and magic, not one or the other. So she could do, like, some good damage through Override in that case by having both rather than one or the other. That's why Sigurd is my, backup for her. Is the case. If I give Byleth to, like, Veil or something later.
It is an honor to speak to you, Emblem Sigurd. Might I invite you to tea?
That would be a delight. I'm no longer able to drink the tea. Still, your stories would enchant.
Alright. Alrighty, there we go. There's that. Yeah, so I wasn't quite done yet. Yeah, Alchrist, we did that. Diamant, we already leveled up with Dudos there. Ivy, probably with Celica, would be the case for the reasons I described earlier. But backup, I have Camilla. Oh, but you could just get, like, the Dragonbane for free. You don't have to worry about Corn/Camilla there. For Fogado, I was thinking maybe Irica or Sigurd. Yeah, you're already at that. Might do something else there. Now that looking into things more, I know that Erica, I'm still used to saying Irica, sorry, leans slightly more towards Magical Cavalier, but with giving a bonus in magic and or having a magic weapon. Is the case there. Tamara would probably be Ike, but backup is Rivals. So I'm just gonna do that.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
And then, yeah, Marin would be fitting for Erica. Because Marin's magic is not half bad. She likes using that Levin sword and stuff. And, you know, then she could actually capitalize off of the little magic bonus that Erica gives. Would be the case. So yeah, there's some bonds here that I forgot to level up.
Claude, wanna hear my welcome song? He's a golden deer, and now he's here.
Oh, wow, is that what music sounds like here? I want my ears to know what they're in for.
Oh, well, there's that. So yeah, now you're a smidge leveled up with your main one to assign you and your backup. And Ike, I figured there because, you know, while I wouldn't equip Resolve as one of her skills that I assign there because there's just better alternative, why not get Resolve just by syncing with Ike? Then it's there for free. So why not? Marin, yeah, you can get the Cavalier bonus that Erica gives of, you know, Ephraim dealing 50% extra damage if he's with a Cavalier.
Welcome.
Plus, can make a little bit use of that magic +4. Because she's like my emergency backup magic damage stuff, you know, is the case. So that would actually work pretty well.
I absolutely adore unusual critters. Tell me, are there any rare creatures in your world?
Oh, there's some pretty nasty monsters. Yeah.
We have bone walkers, entombed, revenants, and man-eating spiders.
Yeah, Sacred Stones, like, the prior games was almost completely humans, like on the Game Boy Advance there. But Sacred Stones just really came out of nowhere with some of the crazy monster designs. It'll be fun when we eventually get to Sacred Stones. I mean, all the Game Boy Advance games. Alright, let's see here. And your backup was Sigurd. Yeah, you already have some stuff there because we trained you earlier there. Yeah, should be good here. Seedal, a good emblem to equip might be Micaiah because his, you know, magic's not half bad. And there's some bonuses for Key Adept for her anyway. But we don't have her right now. Yeah, so I think we're good now. Alright, well, I'm down to like 10k. But yeah. Yeah, there is that as well, so you can switch between, like, better offenses and better defenses there. Though, it's kind of weird how it handles it, though. Because, you know, each Erica and Ephraim each have a skill that's a little bit more defensive and one that's a little bit more offensive. Because if I have a look at the spreadsheet over here, when it comes to Lunar Brace, so that should be Erica's thingamabob. There, if you initiates combat with a physical attack, deals extra damage equals 30% of foe's defense. That's a nice damage increase. And Solar Brace for Ephraim. If a unit initiates combat, unit recovers HP equals 50% of damage dealt. So that's a more defensive thing. But the other skill there, Gentility for Erica, unit takes 5 less damage. That's a more defensive thing. And Bravery on Ephraim, unit deals +5 damage. So if only it was like completely one is defensive and one is completely offensive, instead of the weird half and half thing. Yeah. So let's see here. So we can do this. Yeah, Lynn's sad. Lynn's so upset. Here, Alchrist, you need to do things.
Sparkle.
Yeah, she's maximum send. I honestly forgot this was a thing that I could factor into my explorations. Oh, I was holding ZR, not R.
That's clean. That spot needs attention. I think that
Yeah.
spot is clean.
I need to factor this into my explorations. I forgot about it.
Clean.
Oops.
Focus.
And then...
That spot needs attention. That spot needs attention.
Yeah.
That's clean. That spot needs attention. I think that spot is clean. That's clean.
Are you sure about that?
How is it? Is it clean now?
Well,
That spot needs attention.
are you sure?
I think that spot is clean. That's clean.
Well, yeah, that's what we better do there. Hello, Anima. How's it going today? And then Erica, probably Marin then, right? Where's Marin? There you are. Yeah, the Ring of the Azure Twins.
Can you make it shine?
Okay. Come on. I'm holding R!
You can relax. Gently now. Your
So
diligence
weird.
Paid off.
Okay, takes a little while before it lets me input things again.
Careful. You can relax. Careful.
Okay, well. Alright, and then Ike. We're probably... Oh, you're at max bond here anyway. So, who were some people that wanted some of Ike's skills and stuff? I'm alright and slightly irked a bit today from work. You posted on Discord. Oh, well, hopefully it wasn't too bad of a day at work. I'll check it out there later. Also, before I forget, speaking of Ike. Give me this. It's only 200. And that might actually help me a lot on Hortensia. Let's see here. Potentially. Yeah, Ike's sad. He's a sad Ike. Who wants some of Ike's things, like, for sure? Let's scroll through my thingamabob here. The answer is... I mean, I could always control F Ike. In fact, I think I will. Control F Ike. Let's see here. Oh, Ike is, like, part of a lot of other words. So it, you know, is finding it in a lot of other places. Oh, yeah, I thought I might want Resolve Plus on Diamant rather than the reduced damage by 5. Just because if he does this stuff with Soul and hold out and fluctuates around 1 HP a lot. But they're already at the thingamabob anyway. Well, let's see here. I don't know then. I don't know in that case. Yeah, not a massive ton to do in terms of Oh, there's Lyndon here shortly. That's gonna want Ike's thingamabobs. So maybe I'll leave Ike sad for now. For Lyndon after we recruit him there. Because alright, normal people being weird and more abnormal. Gotcha then. So it's one of those days. And in terms of Lucina, I mean, I can, you know, keep on working our bond to the end. I mean, I could just, you know, our bond is almost done, so I can always equip Lucina if a chapter is giving me a lot of trouble. And I need a strong emblem there. So let's see here. Who else might like a, thingamabob from the units that I'm actually using? Where do I see dual assist pluses around? As I scroll through, who else might want dual assist plus? Timera might well be handy. She might just want lance power and strength defense, but sure. Let's do it.
Let's clean this up.
Let's do it anyway. Come on, let me do it.
Great work. Not quite. Not quite.
Well,
you're wasting time.
Are you sure?
Not quite.
Well,
not quite. You're wasting time. You're wasting
Are you
time.
sure?
What are you doing?
What are you talking about? I'm cleaning it. Come on. Let me do it.
That was nice of you. Thank you.
Okay, well, there's that. Corrin, anyone can level up with Corrin, like, pretty much for free with the whole Dragon Vein stuff, so, who's someone that's probably not gonna be using Corrin normally, just for funsies? Oh yeah, shouldn't I have, leveled you up with bond fragments in case of the qualities? Whatever. Whatever, I guess. Sure, for fun. I don't know.
I'd like the ring.
Cause a special effect to show up to do it fast?
What are you
There's a
doing?
special effect that shows up?
No need to clean there.
I don't
That spot's not dirty.
see a special effect showing up.
That spot's not dirty. No need to clean there.
Are you sure?
No need to clean there. That spot's not dirty. What are you? No need to clean there.
It's so weird, man.
No need to clean there.
This is such a strange game, but it is going up. Press around the ring till you find it. What, like this? I
No need to clean there.
don't see anything.
No need to clean there.
I'm so confused.
What are you doing?
A? Just for that polishing? I have to like mash it.
Extremely clean now. Thank you.
I don't get it.
That spot's not dirty. What are you doing?
Okay, well, Byleth out here. But yeah, I'm doing pretty alright. Jessie's probably sleeping right now. She spends a lot of her days sleeping nowadays. She's just taking it easy. In a decent bit of pain, but holding on there. And taking things easy and stuff. Is the case right now. Let's see here. But yeah, 3 music notes appear, then polish firmly on that spot. Huh? Well, I mean, it's slowly going up just by doing this. I have no idea here.
I'd expect right there. Where does the I'd expect
Well,
what fine care you've taken.
I couldn't tell visibly anything different there. I was just like, let's try that line, but
Really?
But I myself did not find it. I just saw a line and I was like, it's not this, right? And I don't think it is. I think it was just part of the ring. I did not see anything different apart from that. No visible indicator? I'm probably not gonna bother with that in that case. Then we can do this. Is what we do.
Will this take long?
I don't know. I can just kind of try this. Blind at this point. So I'll just do that, I guess.
So shiny.
Well,
Try over there. Try over there.
I just want to see if you'd be like, what the heck? It's already clean. What are you doing? Let's see here. Then we do this.
All right. Don't hold back. Perhaps
I won't.
Try elsewhere. Perhaps try elsewhere. So
Too late.
shiny, it looks brand new. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Perhaps try elsewhere. Gently now. Gently now.
Okay, well. Alright, let's see here. And then for Camilla here, did she have any skills I want to give out? I mean, who was like a secondary thingamabob here? I mean, you'll level up for free a whole bunch anyway. Boy, is this funny a bit? You think so there? Wait, is this... Does this bring us up to the next Bond conversation?
Try somewhere else. You can do better.
I don't know. Just move around like this?
Fine, good, fine. You needn't. Good, you're so fine. I hope we can do that again soon, cutie.
Well,
Try somewhere else. You can do better.
Does she say anything else?
Try somewhere else.
Okay, well. Apparently, from what I've seen online, it seems like Claude has some kind of silly ones if you keep polishing after it's already done. Let's see here. Where the heck? There you are. There you are.
It could use some upkeep.
So, it always seems to be over here. Okay, nope.
Wow, wow, you're pretty nice. Wow, you're pretty, wow.
You're pretty.
Wow. How does it look? All shiny and new?
Well, there we go. Well.
Did the others get this attention? Oh, just filling the time.
Yeah, so he kind of makes fun of you for, you know, wasting your time continuing to do that when it's already done. All right, everyone's happy except for Ike, who's a sad boyo. Okay, and then, hold on. Oh yeah, and I reassigned emblem rings based on ones that I want to level up some bonds with and stuff that could give me like some useful skills down the line and stuff. So this is the way that our emblems are passed out right now. Some are based around, like, maybe I'd like these characters on them at the end of the day. Some of them are just, like, we're getting some skills here and stuff. This was just the last slot that I filled. This might not be super fitting here. Bright side, at least we can do, like, the fog cover with Dragon Vein, at least. But yeah, let's see here. So, manage skills. Give me that. Yeah. So, this is what we're gonna do. Everyone's gonna get some mentorship. And it's gonna be great. And you're gonna like it. So you're gonna get stronger a bit faster here. Hopefully that will help us out here. A decent smidge. Here's hoping. We'll see if it does. Maybe it'll barely make a difference and maybe they don't stack. Oh, it overlaps with current skill. Oh, that's fine. It can just be grayed out there, I guess. Interesting. So that when I unequip Byleth, I don't forget to equip mentorship. It's not like I have any other options here right now. So I'll take that. I will take this. And then give me that. That will actually hopefully give me some support use. Yeah, not a whole lot of skills that I can get right now that are gonna be all that handy. But reposition on Hortensia might help me a decent smidge, maybe. We shall see. And gosh dang it, there's one more thing I forgot to do. Well, whatever. I need to go back to the square some way anyway. Now that I'm making the sheet that has like the weapons and stuff, I can see what the highest level of things are. I have not been upgrading any longbows up until this point because I figured that, you know, what if there's another 2 to 3 range or even 3 range bow that we get down the line here that is even better, and then I just upgrade that. Nope, longbows are the best thing, so I may as well upgrade my longbows. For example there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. So how much does it take? It takes some silver and stuff. Yeah, we'll get some longbows +1 though. Yeah. And then I'm gonna need a bunch more steel. I could always exchange some iron and stuff. Maybe we'll be good in the next battle. I don't know. Yeah, more hit could be nice. I don't need to dig too much into my silver. What is the current exchange at? No, I want steel. I'll give iron. And let me give, like... What? Can I, Oh. Oh, because I have to give, like, 11? Oh, yeah, because it's 11. I was like, wait, what's with these weird numbers? That's the case. So... Let's say I wanted to turn steel into iron. Yeah, 1 makes 9 there. So yeah, you do operate a slight loss then when you're trading for stuff. It's not like a direct translation 1-for-1. In which case, maybe I'll actually hold off for now. Even just the longbows going up should make a decent smidge of a difference there. You know, should be nice. Would I want that up there? Would I maybe? This, oh, that just takes a silver. We could even, oh, but I'm almost out of money!
I'll be here.
Well, the longbows are leveled up. All right, now we do the battle, I think. Whoop, no, did I just do a free camera thing? No, let me leave. Okay, yeah, the money situation is a little bit tricky. That'd be a bit less tricky if I actually got that silver card, or whatever the heck. But, so I think I put myself here planning to do this one next to Emblem Ike. But like, if we get my potential crit man Linden and start to level him up and stuff, if the crit build really can work as well as it sounds like it can in my head, and with the revised Emblem situation, maybe we'd be able to do this just fine. That's class level 5. Maybe? Because I don't have the most optimal emblems on everyone right now, but, you know, probably pretty decently? I'm gonna try and hope that it goes okay. Chapter 11, Route to Elusia. Having learned the truth about Vale, the party heads to Elusia, where the fell dragon awaits. Let's begin this chapter.